Hello guys and welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got Minaur versus Shelton in the National Bank Open in Toronto. Matchup between two players that are very much in form at the moment. I think two players that play a pretty different style of play, no doubt about it. And we'll see who comes out on top. I think it's one of the more interesting matchups I've seen in a minute, honestly. I'm taking Minaur for the win. I'm backing Demon. I think he's playing fantastic tennis. Shelton is playing well, but he's also coming off of two matches where he got to a third set tiebreak. He can't push things that close against Minaur. Kaboli served for the match against Shelton. I feel like Shelton played clutch, but also Kaboli faltered a little bit. towards the finish line. So I don't think we'll see that from Minaur. But that being said, to me, it's pretty much a 50-50 matchup. But I'll take Demon in 3 sets. Let me know what you guys think, and welcome into the live stream. This is where you want to be at if you are interested in the Demon or Shelton match. If not, probably not where you want to be. That's what's up. They're about to start. Players up and warming up. Clara Towson, man, took out Swiatek and Keys back-to-back in straight sets. Jesus Christ. Underrated player. Beat Keys already earlier this year in Auckland, and now does it again. She's on hell of a run. She's playing really well. She got through that quickly. Really impressive stuff in tennis. 6-1 first set. Very quick first set. That was a great match and performance from her. So not the player I expected to have a lot of eyes on her in the late stages of this tournament on the women's side, but credit to her. On the men's side, Fritz is playing really well. Shelton, American player, also trying to join his compatriot in the semis. Shelton yet to make a Masters semifinal in his career yet. Obviously, that will happen at some point, but it hasn't happened yet. First serve is a good one. He will be the big hitting player, big serving player in this matchup. Shelton came to net against Kaboli 20 times. Minaur does not like to approach the net in that way. He's going to be grinding from the back of the court. So that's kind of what you can expect from these two guys. No style is better or worse than the other, but they're just going to play a very different game. And they have never played before. This is the first meeting between these two, which is kind of insane that these two have never met before. It just so happens to be that way. I don't think it'll be the last time. How are you doing, Lewis? I shall bet for 1 triumph of Shelton. All right. I am going to go with Demon, but if you go Shelton, I don't blame you. Oh, what a return early. Minaur backing down the line. Crazy return or serve. Minaur apologizes, but he'll take it. You can't hit more of an angle off a return or serve than that. Yeah, very much shanked off the edge of his racket, but it worked. I feel like Shelton has a tendency to go too low percentage when he's on the run, especially on the forehand side. He goes for low percentage shots. He needs to find smarter shots to play from defensive positions in general. So it'd be the time for Let me know who you guys got winning this one. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Hopefully you guys check out the new Tennis Era podcast, by the way, if you want to kind of understand where Shelton is coming from into this one. From his last match, you can watch that podcast. Bit of a thrilling match that happened in the last round where it was very unclear who was going to get through between Shelton and Kaboli. Fritz also played third set tiebreaker, but I feel like Fritz is, you feel more confident going into the match that Fritz is going to pull through. Kaboli and Shelton are both players that are quite in form. Obviously, Lehechka was very close to the finish line there, though, against Fritz, being 4-2 up in the third set tiebreak. It's an early break point here for the Australian, 30-40. Shelton looking for a big serve, get out of trouble. (30-40) Serve. Ben. Big. Into the body. Good serve. Deuce. Big old body serve. I love the body serve. Shelton implements it quite a bit. We see Alcaraz implement that shot quite a bit. I like the guys who go for the big body serves. Fritz at Wimbledon was saying that the body serve is not something he wants to implement into his game, but for Shelton, it's where it works. Throw that in every now and again. Winning more points than just the points where you play it. It gives more for the opponent to think about. And that's a big thing too. That's why I'm always backing to try new things in tennis because it's more than just about, even if you lose the point, you plant a seed in your opponent's head. Backhand slice, defensive from Minaur is into the ground. 1-0 for Shelton, saves one break point. Ben Shelton in business. Early stages here. But yeah, these two have never played. This might be the highest ranked. This would probably be the highest ranked two players that haven't played on the ATP tour, I would think. I don't know who else hasn't played against each other, but I can't imagine there's that 10 more high ranked than this one. I mean, Shelton's what, number 7 in the world. Minaur's been as high as number 6 in the world. He's currently number 8 in the world. So I don't think, I can't think of anybody else that wouldn't have played against each other. Menzik against somebody maybe, but obviously he's not as high ranked as those guys. He's just newer than those players. I don't know. It's actually interesting to me. Who has Menzik not played yet? I don't think he's played Alcaraz, to be fair. Has he played Alcaraz or Sinner? He hasn't played Alcaraz. And he hasn't played Sinner. So probably Menzik against a bunch of players. But other than that, I don't know about two other top 20 players that haven't played against each other, to be honest. First meeting, you always feel out each other's games, but I'm sure Minaur and Shelton know tons about each other. No doubt about that. And they've definitely practiced with each other. I feel confident about that. Backhand slice, forehand of Demon, inside out, forehand, Shelton defending. That's a good defensive lob. Way up high. And Minaur offshore forehand, not a smash. Backhand slice, back to the forehand of Minaur attacking, backhand into the net. 40 love for the Demon. 40 love for the speed demon of the tennis court. Let me know your predictions for this one, guys. This is one where you really can't have a wrong answer. They're both pretty uncertain which way this one's going to go. Backhand in the alley from Shelton. 1 game apiece. Minaur holds. Minaur holds. 9th seed taking on the 4th seed. Obviously, the top 3 players in the world, Djokovic, Sinner, and Alcaraz, all not playing the event. But still some good players playing. Zverev's still in the tournament. He's the 1 seed. But you got to feel like this is a tournament where, a lot of players have a chance. Both of these guys, you feel like have maybe some kind of chance of winning their first Masters. It's definitely not out of the question. As Ben Shelton smashes a serve, Balkett has a great catch. 223 kilos. What is that? That's 140 plus, I think. 223 kilometers an hour. Almost 138. I love the way Shelton's been moving forward, coming to net. Playing good, steady tennis for the most part, and pretty complete game. Backhand slice into the net. Good serve in early stages for Ben Shelton. Minaur has never, at least in the match atmosphere, has never played against this serve. So that does take a bit of time to adapt, no doubt. Shelton can trouble players the first time he plays them. Sinner lost to him the first time they played. He's won every meeting since, but not that first meeting. Can be tricky. 40-15 for Shelton as he keeps upping the serve. It's about 140 now. MPHs. Great forehand pass there from the Demon. 40-30. Shelton really needs to limit his amount of unforced errors here. I like him to see him trying to come to net. That's good. Move forward, be aggressive, take risks, but he can't start spewing unforced errors or giving away games. That's not going to work against against Minaur. Not that that was an unforced error there, but there's just something to keep in mind. He's really got to limit that. It's going to be out from Minaur. Return he would have wanted back. 2-1 for Shelton. 2-1 for Shelton. Shelton also did not make as many first serves into the court as he would have wanted against Kaboli. So I feel like he's definitely got to make more first serves as well. He'll want to do that. I think potentially Minaur might trouble Shelton more on the return even than Kaboli did, and Kaboli was doing pretty well too. But Shelton played pretty smart tennis against Kaboli. That's the kind of thing like you'll need to do here. Is just be really focused, smart, try to find the patterns that work well for him, take his chances, come to net. I mean, if he's just rallying from the back of the court against Minaur, I think he's going to lose a lot of those rallies. I think Minaur is going to out rally him. He's definitely going to out defend Shelton. I think, like I said, Shelton has the temptation to just go for low percentage shots that aren't really the right shots to play from defensive positions. He gets uncomfortable, especially when he's moved way back in the court. I think those are the kind of things he needs to avoid. Coming to net, taking risks is good, but like I say, he's got to limit those unforced errors, and he's got to do things that he knows he can do well. Just make big first serves and play big. And for Minaur, try to lock him into those rallies and just try to punish him for anything that he can. It's not really about hitting big winners. It's really just about kind of breaking him down slowly, which I know Minaur can do. Forehand goes to the back end of Shelton. Forehand goes again to the forehand of Shelton. That's a loose forehand from Minaur. A couple loose shots, 2 points in a row there for Minaur. Left 15. Hey, how are you doing, Max? I wonder how this match will go. Yeah, well, that's why I chose it. I'm also curious. I have a feeling about Minaur, but Shelton's also playing really well. I feel like both guys are confident at the moment. Shelton definitely exuding confidence. He's going to have confidence also from coming back from a precarious position, tough one against Kaboli in the last round where he was Kaboli's certain for the third set for the match. Forehand goes to the back end of Minaur, long rally. I don't really think that's where Shelton wants to be in. Backhand slice, Minaur goes to the back end of Shelton. Forehand Minaur, very central. Forehand Shelton, backhand of Minaur, cross court. Forehand of Shelton, forehand of Minaur. A lot of these shots feeling pretty loose. Shelton goes for a big forehand down the line. I don't really mind that play. He didn't get that one, but I don't think that was necessarily the wrong play. But again, I don't want Shelton to feel forced to have to play shots like that, but I think at that moment it was the right shot. Minaur there. Couple still finding his groove here. Couple balls are either pretty high or pretty short in the court. Pretty attackable. And got lucky in a way to get out of that one. If you were asking me. 15 all. Forehand Minaur down the line. Very good. Serve set him up there. 3-15. It's in the net from Shelton. 40-15. Some good serving here from Minaur. That's what he wants. What he needs. Backhand Shelton. Good eye from Shelton there. Nearly hit that. Going way out from Minaur. Minaur with a defensive lob floating out. Shelton says, okay. I'll leave that. Serve Minaur goes to the forehand of Shelton. Backhand Minaur. Again to the backhand of Shelton. Backhand Minaur is going wide. Some loose shots from the racket of Demon. More errors coming from him than from Shelton. Minaur not necessarily having the exact same kind of consistent year so far this year as he did last year, although Rotterdam final, Wimbledon 4th round, and just won in Washington. So some positive things for him, especially in the recent weeks. Forehand picked up the backhand slice of Shelton, carving through the court. Backhand slice, Minaur, it's in the net. Roar from Shelton. Advantage to him. Looking for that early start, playing the better tennis in the first 10 or 15 minutes of this match. No doubt about that. Minaur looking for another good serve. Get him out of trouble. A couple earlier in this game. Not even close there. Second serve. Big opportunity for the American. Forehand. Down the middle. Forehand of Minaur. Just again to the forehand of Shelton. Very short. Backhand. Down the line. Minaur comes in. Good play. Gutsy. Did what he needed to do. Too short from Shelton. Found himself in trouble. He had a second serve look. And didn't keep up the advantageous position. Minaur is cool as ice under pressure. Demon is cool as ice under pressure. It'll take a lot to break him. He'll have to work hard. Forehand. Going behind Shelton. Shelton with the pass. What a shot. What a shot from Ben Shelton. Huge pace through the court. Injecting it there. Advantage to him. BP number 2. Break point. Great serve from Minaur, but Shelton dealing with it very well. Running around to the forehand. Backhand slice. Shelton. Forehand cross court. Backhand slice. Again to the forehand of Demon. Comes to net yet again. Pass. Volley. Minaur saw it coming this time. Dealt with it better. Very similar point to the last one, but Minaur saw the story play out before. Decided to change the ending. Good. I mean, still a good backhand there from Shelton. He's doing well on defensive positions here. Out of that backhand corner, a couple points in a row. So that's positive for Shelton. A couple good points there against Kaboli late in his match there as well. So that's good signs. But advantage Minaur as he pulls off another big serve. 7.5 minute game. Forehand Shelton. Forehand of Minaur. Tackable for Shelton. He's in control of the forehand. Forehand down the line. Shelton comes in. Ooh, tough volley. Deals with it well. That actually got awkward. Back to deuce. This could end up being 10-minute game. Very good point from Shelton. Really couldn't have played that point any better than he did. Like, pitch perfect. Few long games already. First serve, a real mixed bag for Minaur right now. Back in, Minaur. Cross court to the forehand of Shelton. Goes out. Who do you guys think is going to win this tournament on the men's side? Let me know. Is it going to be an unexpected guy? Is it going to be Sasha? It's going to be Taylor? Let me know what you guys think. Somebody winning their first Masters 1000? I don't think, I honestly think, like, if we saw tomorrow or, like, whatever, Thursday, the headline is Ben Shelton, Masters 1000 champion, or Alex de Minaur, Masters 1000 champion, like, nobody's really going to blink an eye. Like, they both almost feel like they've already won Masters 1000s. So, never know. This might be the tournament for them to win. Sinner and Alcaraz not there. Backing down the line, better striking on the ball for de Minaur. Positive signs towards the end of that game. In the last couple of points, finishes off a long game. 2-2. Backhand just brushes off the line. 9 minutes, 19-second game of tennis right there. 2-2. Early stages here. As the broadcasters randomly show a shot of the moon for some reason. Nice. It's not too late in Toronto at the moment. It's not even 10 p.m. 9. It's like 9 o'clock. There's a late night a few nights already, especially with Shelton and Fritz playing 2 third-set tiebreakers back-to-back. I think Fritz ended at like 1 in the morning, maybe even after that, like 1:15 in the morning. But not too late here. Nice conditions. Good conditions for a good match. Serve out wide. Return. Good from de Minaur. Gets it back. Back in. Ooh, that goes out. That's a shot de Minaur needs to make in the rally. Chance to get to love 30. Made a deep return. Couple points now de Minaur wants back. A little bit of a mixed bag from de Minaur's side. Barely hanging on the last game. Shelton, the more steady so far. Barely missing an ace right there. Second serve. Second serve. Kicked. Forehand of Demon. Forehand of Shelton. Cross court. Back and slice of de Minaur. Forehand of Shelton inside out. Forehand of de Minaur. Inside out. Forehand the net from Shelton. 15-30. I say that, but de Minaur did have a break point in the first game, so let's just see. Guess both guys are still feeling each other out. Second serve point, Shelton 2 for 6. so far. Doesn't need it there. Makes first serve ace. 30 all. 230 kilometers an hour. It's like equivalent to 143 miles per hour. Damn. That was fast, but it wasn't in. 231. 144. Something like that. Backhand just goes over in the net. Forehand +1. Backhand defensive lob. Minaur. It's a good shot. Smash. Shelton. Weird miss hit from Shelton. Crazy shot from Shelton. That was actually a smart play from Minaur because if he doesn't go for a lob, the point's basically over there. But that was basically a last Hail Mary move and actually could have gone tricky, and it kind of did. Shelton hit the smash and it landed 3 feet inside the service line, and the ball just pretty much dropped dead. Almost like a drop shot in a weird way. Big serve, ace down the tee yet again. Shelton yelling that serve down. 235. Bringing the fire to Toronto. $146. We keep going up by 3 miles per hour. He's going to break the serve record in about 3 games. First he did 138, then he did 141, then 144, and now he's at 146. He keeps going up. There's a good women's match going on as well, but I can't remember who it is. Oh, Svitolina against Osaka. I guess they're playing right now. No, Osaka already won. 6-2, 6-2. Jesus. I wasn't following the score there. That's crazy. Osaka is playing an incredible tennis. She beats Ostapenko 6-2, 6-4. Then she beats Sevastova 6-1, 6-0. And now she beats Svitolina 6-2, 6-2. Osaka is crushing it right now. Talk about this for WTA 1000 semifinal. Towson, Osaka, and Mboko Rabakina. Pretty intriguing, honestly. Imagine it's like Mboko versus Osaka. It really might be. We'll see. I mean, all 4 of those players are playing great, so I kind of think Mboko's might take out Rabakina as well. But we'll see. Either way, she's already had a great run, but I kind of think it might not even be over yet. I think she might at least make the final. We'll see. Forehand pass, Minaur in the net. I do feel like this feels like it might be a stronger night for Shelton the way it's looking so far. But that's not a definitive statement. We're still early. These 2-week Masters, they to me, I would imagine they take a lot on the players' bodies. That's what it seems like as well from what most of the players say. So I think we're seeing more and more players just worn out by the end of these events. I don't know if that's what's going on, but I would imagine that starts being more and more of the case. Shelton's return clips the net. 15-all. Hope Ben Shelton can win a Masters 1000 title. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly talented enough to do it. He's an exciting, flashy player. I mean, big talent. I don't know the last time we've seen such a big server with also such a highlight reel to go alongside it. So that's pretty interesting in itself. Backhand Oh, what a lob from Shelton. Talking about highlight reel. Shelton almost makes that. I thought he did. Goes out by about an inch or two. Minaur making just 36% of first serves in play. We're still just about even. 2-3, 30-15. He makes first serve there. Oh, what a backhand down the line. Minaur's nailed a few of those. For 15. Serve here for the Aussie. Backhand slice Shelton. Forehand cross court. Good backhand hitting from Shelton. A couple of backhands clipping the net, clipping the baseline, I should say. But if it's in, it's in. Forehand Minaur down the middle. Forehand of Shelton. Backhand Minaur. Again to the forehand of Shelton. Forehand Minaur on the run. Again to the forehand of Shelton. Cross court. Backhand Minaur. Cross court. Forehand drop shot. What a rally. Forehand cross court. Shelton's there. No way. That is an impressive rally from this young man, Ben Shelton, creating some noise in Toronto. What a way to fight out of that rally. Cat and mouse. Ben Shelton said, I'm ready for it. And he said, I'm not the mouse. Deuce. He said, I am certainly not. Forehand down the line. Ooh, what a get from Shelton. Backhand down the line. Nearly made it. I'm liking these points from Ben. I can't lie. Minaur still, he's not even playing his best, and he's still pretty much even. So this could end up being a real interesting one. Especially if Minaur keeps sort of improving his level as the match goes on. If not, I do still feel like Shelton is playing a little bit better so far, struggling a little bit less on his service games. But Minaur improves his level, which is possible. And I imagine he will to a certain degree. A big forehand return. Another one comes to net. Shelton about to hit a volley there, but doesn't need to. Deuce. Another long game. We're at 2-3. We played about 35 minutes. Shelton's eager to come to the net, move forward, move in. Forehand, chip. Forehand to Minaur. Back in Shelton. Goes the volley. Shelton's playing really well. I feel like it's Shelton that's playing better and better. Minaur is kind of, I don't know. It might just be me. He looks a little bit pale in the face. He looks like he's almost tired mentally or in general. I mean, he is coming off of Washington. We shouldn't forget that. Which is good for his confidence, but I don't know if it's good for his physicality. Fokina played final Washington last week, and he had to retire against Rublev, so you never know. But Shelton's playing really well. Backhand slice, forehand of Minaur, inside out, forehand of Shelton. Get to the backhand of Minaur. That's going to go out. Ben Shelton, 4-2. Playing the better tennis of the two. solidly in front. I like the no reaction from Shelton too. All business. Looking for that first master semi, something he hasn't done yet. Obviously, he's going to any day. He could have done it a couple years ago. No one would have blinked an eye. It's just something that hasn't happened. He has made a slam semifinal a couple times. Actually, they did twice. I think he did, right? Pretty sure that's right. At least that U.S. Open, but I think he did it again. The Australian Open, I think. Was the Australian Open this year? That sounds right. I think that's right. I think Sinner beat him. Yeah, that is right. But I don't know if Sinner beat him for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool stuff. Shelton playing really well. How important was it to fight out of that match against Kaboli, honestly? He could go on to win this tournament. 40 love for Shelton. I tuned in as Kaboli. I was watching parts of the second set of that Kaboli Shelton, but I really started tuning in around 5-3, 5-4, third set to the end of that match, and I was like, wow. Shelton did what he need to do, and he definitely clutched up in the third set breaker. He has a really good tiebreak record, Ben Shelton. So probably a little bit underrated in the clutch department in general. The serve doesn't hurt either. The consistency to hold your serve in the tiebreaker definitely helps to have that serve. It's going to be out from Minaur. Some loose shots from Minaur and very, very steady from Ben Shelton. Especially at this point, I think the stats are going to support. In general, Shelton's playing better. Minaur hung tough for a while, but I mean, look at this gap. First serve percentage. Shelton 14 for 18 on first serve points. Saved the one break point he needed to in that first game. We knew there was going to be a gap in average first serve speed. Yeah. He's playing better. In general, he is playing better. He's won 8 of the last 10 points as well. Long start to the match, but Shelton's broken through now. Momentum with the American. Minaur serve is long. Second serve. Forehand chip. Back end of Demon. Forehand of Shelton. Back end Demon. Forehand the net from Shelton. Demonor will know he's been in a few Shelton service games. It's not, that's not over. But Shelton definitely strictly with the momentum. There's been a lot of online talk, by the way, who's quicker, Demonor or Carlos. I would agree that at the moment they are the two fastest players on tour. My 2 cents, I'm going Carlos. I think Carlos is the quickest player that's ever played the game. I think I'm taking Carlos. They might be the two fastest that have ever played the game. It's possible. Don't forget about good old Michael Chang. Don't forget about Prime Rafa. Don't forget about Prime Monfils, honestly. Young Gail Monfils was out of his unbelievable. But I think Demonor, part of it really is anticipation. It's incredible. He also is ridiculously fast. It's almost inhuman. But I would say, to me, Carlos. Carlos, I don't know who would win just in a pure sprint, but on the court, especially, moving side to side, the things Carlos can do with his racket, on defense, the shots he can get to, and the depth, the width, how good of the shot he can hit from just ridiculous positions. I've never seen quickness like that on the court. So I'm taking Carlos, but Demonor deserves his flowers for his speed too, no doubt. Big serve from Shelton, setting the tone. First point, 15 love. Because it's also different, right? Like, you can talk who's the fastest player. Yeah, put them in a sprint. The answer might be different than who can, produce, a great shot when they're on the run. That's a very different thing. And also lateral movement versus moving up and down the court vertically, retrieving drop shots, sliding ability, foot speed. There's a few things that go into it, and anticipation and how much that factors in. But pound for pound in general, I'm going Carlos. Speed is ridiculous with a tennis racket in his hand. Backhand slice, forehand of Demonor, cross court, backhand slice Shelton. It's the forehand of Demonor down the line, forehand of Shelton. Shanked out, 40 love. 30-15, actually. 30-15. Not quite 40 love yet. Backhand Shelton, cross court, forehand of Demonor, down the middle. Forehand Shelton, controlling the court. Good defense from Demonor. Shelton going for low percentage banana shot down the line. Shelton, when he's running to his forehand, he's very likely to try to go down the line, and he's very likely to miss it. I don't know. 30 all. Not sure he needs to go for that there. Especially because Demonor, especially today, hasn't seemed like as soon as he gets a short ball, he's gonna, pounce on it and put it away and definitely win the point or something. He hasn't been that kind of a day for Demonor. I feel like, put him back into play, try that. I think that would be a better chance than going for the crazy banana shot they just tried. Backhand slice, forehand of Demonor, being pushed back behind the baseline, backhand. Get to the backhand slice of Shelton, forehand Demonor. Getting down low to it. Demonor missing. Back in there. Big reaction from Ben. Minaur just missing the shot on the line. He did yell on a de Minaur. You could have called a de Minaur unforced error. We'll see how that rubs de Minaur the wrong way. That would rub some players the wrong way. It's Shelton with the set point. An unforced error that just missed the line. Forehand de Minaur. Goes to forehand of Shelton. Forehand of de Minaur. Down the middle. Again to the forehand of Shelton, putting a lot of topspin on that ball. Now more of a slice. It's gonna be out. Deuce. You're not gonna see de Minaur yelling like that. It's fire versus ice. Backhand. Goes to the forehand of Shelton. Big inside out. Going big on the big points. Advantage to Ben. Serve. Shelton looking for the ace. Gets a big shot serve. Out wide. Goes by de Minaur. Smart. That's how he's been doing it in Toronto. Keeps it up. First set, lock it in. 6-3 for Shelton. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Quality Shot Tennis if you are new. Don't forget to like the video. Would be appreciated. Check out the new Tennis Era podcast as well that we post on the channel, where I break down Shelton's win against Gaboli. Could be one of the more important matches in this tournament, depending on even, Shelton makes the final. We'll see what happens. I think potentially he's got Zverev next? Question mark? Pretty sure that's right. No, he's got Fritz next. Winner of this plays Fritz. So we'll see. It could be an All-American semifinal. That makes sense because Fritz just played. I should put two and two together. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know what Fritz Shelton head-to-head is. They have played 1-0 for Fritz. They haven't played since 2023 Indian Wells. That's really before Shelton really started playing that his best. I don't think Indian Wells is his best tournament, and it is the best tournament for Fritz. And Fritz got through that pretty comfortably. No, he didn't get through that pretty comfortably, actually. I read the score wrong. 6-3 in the third. I'm remembering that now. Shelton winning the first set. Fritz trying to defend his title. That's a good sign for Shelton, actually. Even though Fritz won that. That's before Shelton really got to where he's at. We'll see. Could be danger for Fritz if he keeps up this level, this confidence. But I think that could be a great semifinal. Zverev Hachinov, I'm kind of feeling Zverev wins it, but I don't know their record, to be honest. 5-2 for Zverev. I mean, he's lost a couple times. One of them was in Canada, 6-3, 6-3. 2019, that's kind of crazy. Fair enough. Karine also 6-1, 6-2 in Paris 2018. Year he won the tournament. Didn't remember he destroyed Zverev on the way. 5 sets in Roland Garros, also 2018. But the last 3 times they've played, Zverev's won in straight sets. So that's a good sign for Zverev. Yeah, I'll say Zverev wins it, but could be 3 sets. And you never know with Karine. Who knows? But I'll take Sasha. Kareem doesn't have that much success against the top of the top. He's very reliable, consistent to, find his way to the round 16 quarterfinals. But once he starts playing those top 8 guys, things are usually wraps for him. Love 15 for Shelton. Minaur looking a little bit rusty. He's played a really good level up to this point this week. He played a great level last week in Washington, barely fighting through that final, as we all know. But it might be over here to another informed player. A player quickly establishing himself as one of the most important players to keep an eye on in the world. Lob from Shelton. It actually makes for a tough smash. Forehand, big. Backhand of Minaur. What a defense to offense. Shelton opting for the lob there. Love 30. It's going to be straight sets. Shelton impressing. Potentially setting up fireworks against Fritz. Backhand, down the line, the backhand of Minaur. Forehand. Shelton's going to float long. Serve down T, back in Shelton. Good deep return. Forehand. Goes to the forehand of Shelton. It's keeping in play. Forehand Minaur. Now backhand Minaur down the line. Backhand slice Shelton. Get to the forehand of Minaur. Inside out. Forehand Shelton's in the net. 30 all. In tennis, things can change quick. You want to take any opportunities you have. That's just the nature of tennis. Even when it seems like it's going one way, there's one sharp turn and suddenly things are going the opposite way. Back in. Return. Forehand of Minaur down the line. Forehand of Shelton. Oh, good shot, but an even, well, I'd say equally good volley to finish it off 40-30. Had to deal with maybe more than he expected. Shelton way out of position, impressed with the forehand pass, but fortunately hit it right to where Minaur's racket was. If he didn't, that was going to be very tricky. Backhand, inside out, goes to the backhand slice. Shelton, forehand, Minaur. Again to the backhand slice. Ben, forehand, inside out, backhand of Shelton. Backhand Minaur. Trying to go back behind Shelton, but just feel like on Minaur's best day, it's not how he misses, right? Deuce. Two top 10 players going at it. Serve out wide. Good serve. Minaur finding the fire on the serve. He really does just have like this tired expression about him, Minaur. I felt like that pretty much since the start of the match. I don't know how much you can take from that, but to me, he's just looking a little bit tired. Shelton smashes a return down the line. Deuce. I mean, I didn't feel like the serve was that unimpressive. Didn't have a whole lot on it. It was right to the forehand of Shelton, but Shelton just decimated it. Minaur just applauds, says, all right, if you hit that, too good. Backhand for a pass, forehand Minaur. Good attempt from Shelton. It's in the net. Good volley from Demon. I like his impulse to come to the net. Man, US Open is already coming up so quick. It's crazy. Like we're going, I guess we're going pretty much Canada, Cincinnati, Winston-Salem, and whatever else, and then we're going to US Open. I guess we would have also had San Diego back in the day, but I don't think that's a tournament anymore, unfortunately. Minaur gets the hold. Crazy US Open is so much around the corner. Wimbledon and French Open were fantastic. I mean, French Open, even if the only match that was playing the whole tournament was the final, it still would have been the greatest Grand Slam played this decade. One of them. That final was insane. Wimbledon was awesome. Just absolute chaos. You never know what to expect. What else do you want more than that? I'd prefer that to even like all the top players playing at their highest level. Like, listen, man, if we're getting just unbridled chaos and random players in the draw peaking, like, come on, man. It doesn't get better than that. And then we had a great final. Listen, it wasn't the best final ever, but still a great final. So both the last two slams, definitely great stuff on the men's side and on the ladies' side as well. But yeah, on the men's side, I mean, the champions of the last, like, I guess, like 8 slams now have not been surprising, right? Djokovic and then Sinner, Alcaraz, Sinner, Alcaraz, Sinner. Not very surprising champions. Alcaraz winning Wimbledon right before that was surprising against Novak. That was a good win. Novak 2023 winning Australia, Roland Garros, not surprising. Um, Alcaraz winning, I guess, US Open surprising. But basically, what I'm trying to say is it's not been that surprising recently. We've had a lot of the same names winning slams. It'll be interesting to see if that trend continues at the US Open. Sinner seems like a pretty big favorite to win it, but we'll see how he looks at Cincinnati, right? Then we'll judge from there. But Sinner's going to be tough. To be fair, even if Sinner loses first round, Cincinnati is still going to be tough at US Open. He lost in Halle and then he won Wimbledon. So Sinner's just got to say Yannick Sinner's name. You already know what it's about. Same thing when it comes to Alcaraz. These two guys have distanced themselves. Same thing with Djokovic. Backhands in the net from Minaur, 40 love for Shelton. I would love to see one of those guys, though. I mean, I've probably said this. I've said this to death, but it'd be great to see one of those other young guys come out of nowhere and figure it out. Menzik, I think Draper's injured, but one of those guys. Don't think it's going to be Fonseca because he seems to be struggling a little bit, but that's not unexpected. Still got loads of time. Backhand Shelton, backhand Minaur, very good. 15 love. Menzik and Alcaraz could play pretty early in Cincinnati, by the way. I would love to see that. Menzik, a guy that I am pretty much the youngster that I've put more like, I guess, money and like chips behind this guy doing well. Like like on the men's side, he's the youngster that I've put the most kind of stake behind, that I think he's going to be just one of the very best players in the world for the first time since Yannick. I used to be very confident Yannick Sinner is a future multi-slam champion with future world number 1. Other than that, pretty much Jakub Menzik. I don't feel as strongly he's going to be at the level of Sinner, but I think he's going to be about as good as you'd want him to be. He's going to do some big things, in my opinion. We'll see. I would like to see him play Sinner Alcaraz. He seems to show up in the big matches. He's won like 7 of his last 9 against top 10 players, something like that. Maybe 7 of his last 10, but he's done well. Seems to show up in the big matches so far in his career, as far as I'm concerned. And you can point to a few matches where he's led up from up match point or something or another like that, no doubt, but still early in his career. It's an unforced error from Minaur, 15-30. Shelton clearly playing the better tennis of these two so far. Forehand Shelton, forehand of Minaur, forehand of Shelton, backhand of Minaur down the line, backhand slice, then backhand slice of Minaur, backhand slice Shelton, again to the forehand of Minaur, backhand Shelton, draws another error from Minaur, who just very negative body language, looking a little bit pale out there, and just not playing his best tennis. Shelton, on the other hand, pretty much the stark opposite. So we're at 15-40. It's not a mini match point, but it does feel if Shelton wins this, it would be surprising if Minaur comes back to win it. I will say that. Not impossible, but surprising if Shelton wins one of these next 2 points. Backhand, down the middle, forehand of Minaur. Backhand of Shelton, forehand of Minaur. It's in the net, 2-1. Ben Shelton's up a set in the break. Looking for his first Masters semi. Likely the place where it comes is going to be in Toronto. Looking to play against Taylor Fritz next, a player that he hasn't played since Indian Wells 2023. So I'm actually excited to see that. I mean, that's 2 opponents in a row for him that are, former, either current or former top 6 players that he hasn't played in like 2.5 years. And Minaur he hasn't played in general ever. So pretty unusual, but Shelton looking for that matchup against Fritz. I don't hate his chances at all. He's gonna have a very different matchup against against Fritz than he's had against either Cabole or against Minaur, but I have a feeling he'll be ready for it. This should be a good match. I'll probably pick Fritz, but should be a good match. Fritz has a good opportunity here to win a second Masters 1000. That would be, since Indian Wells, he's come a long way. Let's make that clear. Like his consistency since Indian Wells has been, I mean, especially on a hard court, has just been, he's such an improved player from that time. So it would be nice to see him pick up a second Masters, especially if, Hubert Hurkacz has 2 Masters now. Hurkacz is a great player, but Fritz certainly deserves a second one, I would think as well. I mean, even Andre Rublev. Fritz is very, a little bit Rublev-esque recently, but even a little bit better than Rublev, having made a slam final already too, ATP Finals final. But he's looking for that second Masters 1000 title. Shelton just missing the first serve. 226 kilos an hour. He's serving lights out, like 140 plus consistently. But I will say this: Shelton's serve speed. If we're talking about the highest, if we're talking about, I want to see somebody break the serve speed record. If we're talking about who can hit the fastest serve on tour, I think Shelton is one of the most consistently fast serving players. Like he can hit 140 easily. Just ask him to, he'll do it right away. He'll just hit 145. It just comes easy to him. But in terms of like top end, hot like top end power, I think Impechi Pericard is your guy, even more than Opelka. Opelka is an ace machine. He hits his spots well, maybe not as well as, let's say, an Isner. Shelton really misses his first volley of the day, it feels like. But I think Impechi Pericard is the guy. Like, if you want the fastest of the fastest serves, Impechi Pericard. I would love to see it. And I also kind of expect him to break the official serve speed record at some point. I kind of have a feeling he's probably going to, because he's been getting up there. He's still what, like 21, 22 years old. I kind of don't expect Shelton to. I used to kind of think he might. Now I kind of don't think so, but we'll see. And Impechi Pericard, he hit like 154 miles per hour without even trying really at Wimbledon. So, or was it 152? I think 154, whatever it was. So for him to do what, like, I don't know if he gets 163 and beats Tam Groth or whatever, but if he could get, I think he can get 157, 158, whatever the official serve speed record is. I think he can actually hit it, not just like a serve radar malfunction or something. How you doing, Cartoon? Who's gonna win? I think Shelton. Going Ben Shelton. Thanks for joining in. $30 all. Half a chance here for Minaur. Forehand, Shelton. Deep in the court to the forehand of Minaur. Inside out, forehand of Shelton. Just defending well. I like that. He didn't go for too big of a shot there. Nothing too low percentage. Making Minaur earn it. Good defense out of that backhand corner. Backhand slice. Shelton. Staying very low through the court. Now changing direction. Forehand. Minaur leaving the court too open. Backhand. It's going to be out. Very, very, very good point from Shelton. Very good point from Shelton. Could not have played that point any better than he did. Coach of Minaur saying he's only missing his spot by a millimeter. He still got it. I don't know. 40-30 Shelton. Big serve down deep. Oh, it's the net. Shelton runs. Redrop. He got there. Oh, what a shot from Minaur. Got help with the net cord. Shelton with the legs ran it down. Impressive all around. Minaur with the flick as well. Great rally. Fun rally. Shelton did very well, but look at that from Minaur. Exquisite feel. Oh, Minaur's hand skills are ridiculous. Especially on the run. Quick thinking. Ridiculous feel of the ball, understanding of the game. Amazing vision. Finds the hole in the gap, finds the gap there. Big forehand inside out. Good get from Minaur. Drop shot. Minaur runs. Slice deep. Backhand volley. Minaur's ridiculous. Get out of here. The flash. What's ridiculous about Minaur? He might not usually hit the ridiculous kind of Alcaraz winner on the run, but he's kind of like Djokovic-esque, but like 5 times faster if that's possible. He's he'll break you down. He'll get to the ball and just, you won't hit a winner, but he'll just hit it so much more impressively and cause a more difficult shot for his opponent than you're expecting. Hit it deeper, hit it with more width. He gets there so quickly to balls that other players wouldn't even get to. He knows exactly what he's going to do. It's amazing. Forehand up high. Oh, Shelton handled the volley very well. Minaur with the big pass. What a game. Some fantastic points. Money, the audience should pay even more. Crowd there should pay even more after that game. Whatever they paid, they got to pay even more. Shelton, I thought, handled that very well. Minaur had to absolutely nail the pass. That was a couple millimeters in, maybe. But he made it. Maybe an inch in, whatever it is. Half an inch in. Good enough. 2-2. De Minaur breaks back. Backhand down the line. Backhand De Minaur cross court. Forehand. Now from De Minaur as he runs around inside out. Forehand Shelton. Backhand De Minaur down the line. Backhand slice. Shelton De Minaur. Volley. Oh, pass. Oh, what a get from De Minaur. No way. He misses the volley. Got the impossible shot. Missed the easy one. De Minaur almost became John McEnroe. And then he changed back to Alex De Minaur. The fact that he ran down that first volley was absolutely insane. Just got a little bit too overexcited with the second volley. If he went for a more normal shot, would have made it. But very easy to do that. That first volley was absolutely nuts because Shelton hit a passing shot against any other human being in this world. And De Minaur almost stole that point right then and there. Forehand, Shelton. Goes to the forehand of De Minaur. Down the middle, forehand of Shelton. Cross court to the backhand of De Minaur. Just catches the line. Forehand. Again, backhand of Shelton. Longer rallies now. This feels like a very important point. Backhand, De Minaur. Cross court. Forehand of Shelton. Up high. Backhand De Minaur. It's going to be out. Left 30. It's just my feeling that this is Shelton's day. De Minaur got to remember here, he's back at even. He earned it. He worked hard. He's got to try to find a way to out of this game. Be big for him. Big forehand inside out is going to be too good. 15-30. I always wonder what the players are thinking about if you go into their minds. I have a slight feeling that the saying 1 point at a time would come up pretty often if you just go into any of these players' minds at any given moment. Unless you're going to Benoit Paire's mind, in which case he's probably just thinking, I don't know what he's thinking. But I don't know if it's that. Backhand Shelton goes to backhand of De Minaur. Backhand slice Shelton. Backhand of De Minaur down the line. Slice. Cross court. Forehand of De Minaur. Backhand slice in the net. It is 1 point at a time for De Minaur. 30 all. Each point counts. Finding his way out of this hole. 30 all. $40-30 for De Minaur. Be a big hold. Guess one thing about De Minaur is this guy will fight to the end. Did make the final here 2 years ago. Last time it was played in Toronto. Yeah, it goes out from De Minaur. So many, unforced errors, but also specifically off that forehand wing. Like he's hit 24 unforced errors. That's unusual for De Minaur. 13 winners, not surprising, but 24 unforced errors. That is. Serve out wide, backhand. Shelton, good return. Forehand, inside out, up high. The forehand of De Minaur. Shelton attacks. Forehand, inside out. Putting De Minaur in real uncomfortable positions. Alex fighting hard. Backhand. Goes cross court. Sets up a big forehand down the line and gets an error out of De Minaur. I feel like Shelton's just playing too well. Don't doubt this guy. He's the real deal, man. He's playing well this week. Minaur box still trying to pick him up. But if Shelton breaks here, this might be wraps. It would be hard for Demon to fight back, but you never know. Never know 100%. But Shelton, break point for a big break. It's gonna be a double fault. That's disappointing. It's disappointing. Demon had 40-30 there. He holds, suddenly the match looks really different, but Demon really just doesn't really quite look like himself. And it's 3-2 Shelton. It's less about like it's not like he's not playing awful. It just like kind of looks pale. He's kind of looks a little bit tired, and he's not quite playing at his regular level. And Shelton's playing too well for that to be the case. If he wants to have his best chance to win this. Yeah, Naomi Osaka is officially back. She's playing great. It's good to see Osaka in her first WTA 1000 semifinal since Miami 2022, where she reached the final. I'm happy to see it. She's to me, she's always a great addition to the tennis. Good for the game. And when she's at her best, she really elevates the level of the game in general too. So that's what you want. Serve here from Shelton. Backhand slice, Minaur up high. Shelton forehand on the line. Big winner, 15 love. Good serving from Shelton. I mean, if you look at Shelton's numbers, I feel like, especially as the match has gone on, his numbers are, I mean, we just go by stats, which isn't always the best case to figure things out. I mean, his numbers, I think, are going to be pretty positive. 76% first serves, one. I mean, not too bad with the winners to unforced. I mean, it's not. I mean, the stats don't show him playing crazy well, but I think he's playing pretty well, and he's definitely grabbed a good lead here. Forehand, big shot, cross court. That's going to be a slice that floats long. 40-15. Very loose backhand there from Shelton. If it is Shelton versus Fritz, that is an interesting match for more than just, who gets to the Canada Open final. It's also an interesting match because, you start to hear people saying stuff like Fritz has now showed he's by far the best American player. Minaur misses the return. 4-2 Shelton. Minaur wants that return back. But it becomes interesting because They haven't played. They've only played once, and really, this is the first time they really play when Shelton is at his best level, and and really Fritz too. I mean, this is a good match to kind of see. Okay, who is the best American in the world? Is Fritz really by far the best American? Like, these are the two American guys that people talk about when they talk about American men that at least have some kind of a chance of winning a major title. It'd be an interesting semi. Not happening in the US, but in North America, it would be interesting. I have a feeling if Zverev is to make the final and beat Korean Hachinov, which never know, but with Korean, but if he does do that, I think he'll be rooting for Shelton. If my guess is correct with that. Backhand, Minaur comes to net out nowhere. Good approach, sneak approach, 30 love. Sprinted into the net like his name is Usain Bolt. Caught that ball in midair. Had to go sprint in really quickly and be anticipated and be well prepared to not have that fall to below waist level. Because then that could have been a really awkward ball, especially as he's moving forward so quick. If it goes too low, very easy to overhit the ball and hit the ball deep and too high. Forehand in the net from Minaur, 45. 40-15. 2-4. Hopefully I can do some commentary during the end of this tournament, but also also Cincinnati, I want to say, and also US Open as well. Should be good. 4-3. If Shelton wins this whole tournament, by the way, which is very far from happening, but he would pass Djokovic in the rankings. I'm taking a look at the live rankings right now. Actually, same thing goes for Minaur, but it's looking a little bit less likely for that to happen right now, but you never know. So Shelton would get to a career high ranking and also win his first Masters at the same time. 15 love Shelton. Finish line in sight. Coaching box staying very positive with Alex. Shelton remains 7 points away. After Alcaraz's comeback against Sinner at the French, nothing is impossible, period. Backhand slice way up high to the forehand of Minaur, and Shelton nearly with the backhand pass, but too good from Demon. Is there another push here? He's already climbed back from breakdown. It's going to take a lot. Shelton looking to just brush him off, hit some big serves. Backhand, return, backhand Shelton, cross court. Backhand again, cross court, forehand of Minaur. Big point for Minaur's confidence here. Forehands in the net. Yeah, that forehand just breaks down. Smile from Minaur. To me, it's almost saying like, listen, if that shot doesn't wake up right here, I don't think I can do this. I don't blame him. He's hit way too many forehand unforced errors that are pretty standard shots. And Shelton's won 12 points over 9 shots. Key stat. Because obviously those are the points Demon usually wins, especially against Ben Shelton. 12-6 in points won over 9 shots and 10 aces for Shelton, which is 10 times the amount of aces that Minaur has hit. Backhands in the net. 1 game away, Ben Shelton from a milestone. He hasn't reached that Masters level, but it's about time. It's really about time he wins one. But we'll see if he's able to do that. By the way, thank you guys for joining in yet again, and do not forget to subscribe Quality Shot Tennis if you're new for more live streams and other stuff. 15 love for Minaur. He's keeping the heart monitor going in this match, Alex. Trying to stay alive how he can. Forehand, Shelton. Goes to forehand of Minaur. Inside out, forehand slice, Shelton. Backhand slice, Minaur. Forehand up high, right off the baseline. Backhand slice, Shelton. Forehand of Minaur, forehand of Shelton's in the net. 30 love. Serve down T. It's a good one. Shelton gets back though. Forehand to the back end of Minaur. Forehand goes big after it. 40 love. I think Shelton's pretty much checked out this game, saying, all right, I'll try to serve it out. Fair enough. Played just about an hour and a half here. Seems like Shelton going to the semis if he can find a way to win this last game. It's in the net from Shelton. 5-4. Shelton with the finish line in sight. Yeah, completely different Shelton and Fritz since the last time they played in Indian Wells. It really is. Like that match, I mean, that feels like it was like 6 years ago for where both players are at now. It's crazy. They both have improved a lot and have matured a lot since then. Really have. So it'll be interesting. And Shelton was just getting started. And like I remember thinking, like, wow, that could actually like low-key be dangerous for Fritz, because Shelton is one of the more dangerous kind of unseeded players. And I remember thinking, like, man, this could, I mean, Fritz could lose in the first round trying to defend the title. It didn't happen, lost in the quarters. Really, really, really good match against Sinner, but still, I think, pretty underrated. Amazing ball striking in that match from both. But even though Shelton didn't win that one, It was still a good performance from him, but they're both so different at this point. Shelton, like I said, was just getting started, and Taylor Fritz now is just completely different player. I mean, there are just certain points where he was struggling, but if you look at his season last year, 2024, that level from Fritz on a hard court, he was the second most consistent player on hard courts last year, and he had a lot to show for it. Shelton to play against Taylor in the semis. He's got to put together 4 good points here. He'll start with the second serve. Back in. Goes to the forehand of Shelton. Forehand. Minaur now is going to go long. Minaur's hit so many forehand unforced errors. But Shelton doing what he needs to do. It's really been the story of the tournament for him. Just doing just what he needs to do to find his way over the mark. Serve Shelton. Backhand slice from Shelton. Forehand Minaur. Forehand of Shelton. Good depth. Backhand slice. Inside out. Backhand Minaur. Forehand of Shelton. Big shot down the line. I mean, Shelton playing some of the best tennis I've seen from him. Even last week when he played Tiafoe, I mean, he lost to Fokina in the next round after that, but I thought that was the best performance I'd seen from Shelton. This dude's getting better and better, man. This could be a best week of his career yet in Canada if he keeps playing at this level and he finds something special in that semis. 40 love. He'll have the motivation. He'll want to say, I'm the American guy everybody should be looking at. It should be a good one. And honestly, there's no Sinner Alcaraz in the final. You got to feel like Sasha's good, but he's not on Sinner Alcaraz's level. Anybody who thinks that, it's a joke. He's not. So you got to feel like there's at least a chance there. Backhand Minaur. It's going to go out. Ben Shelton is into his first Masters semi. It's already been to 2 slam semis, but first Masters semi for him, and he's cruising through a great performance. To me, he's playing the best tennis he's ever played thus far in his career. Great week from Alex. Impressed a lot of people, made some new fans, but it's Ben who's taking on Taylor Fritz in an All-American matchup in the semis. 6-3, 6-4. Great performance. Really solid. All right, thanks, guys, for joining in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. Would be appreciated. And yeah, Shelton against Fritz in the next one. I'm gonna hop off out of here. I'll try to do a live stream tomorrow as well. I'm gonna have more live streams for the event, and then obviously Cincinnati on right after that. Tennis doesn't stop, so it's gonna be some good matchups. Ring that notification bell. I'll have a new Tennis Era podcast covering the final, and I'll try to do more live streams towards the end of this week. Thank you guys for joining in, and yeah, I'll see you guys at the next one. Ben Shelton through to take on Taylor Fritz in the next one.